Hello and welcome, and today is the media preview of the all-new Jetour T2 SUV as well as the Jetour Dashing plug-in hybrid SUV. Now, if you notice over there, yeah, the dashing is all well and good, but the star of this show is this car right beside me, the T2. But also, if you notice, this one says that T2 Terrain. There is yet another car right here, and this is the T2 Beyond. Now, these SUVs will start at around 2.5 million pesos, especially for this Beyond trim. But if you get this Terrain trim, you have to add around 100,000 pesos more. So what exactly is different with this one? Well, it has a matte paint scheme, color scheme. It also has that like cargo box on the side as well as a ladder on the other side, which I'll show you later. But anyway, let's now explore this car. Now, from the outside, honestly, yes, it does look very similar to all of the new SUVs that are coming out with a retro styling. So think the Land Rover Defender, think the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe, or even the GWM Tank 300. There's just a lot of like these old school design elements right here, but also it looks extremely rugged. It also looks pretty luxurious, especially for this one in this matte color scheme. Now, on the side too, you'll notice that the rims, they are grayed out, and these are 20 inches big. I also really love how there's a lot of these like yellow, neon yellow accents on it. It makes this car look extremely unique. There's also a lot of like flarings for your fenders, gives it a more macho stance. We're seeing a lot of cameras right here. You even have these like hooks for the hood. Not too sure if those are functional or just a design thing, but we'll see more once this car is officially released. So this is that cargo box thing I was talking about. So if you notice, this is something that we've seen in the Land Rover Defender as well. And again, there's like a key slot over here. You can open it up, put a bunch of stuff in there. No, it is not an air conditioning system. Now, at the back of this car too, you have one of the most unique set of tail lamps I've ever seen. I mean, look at the pattern on this. Not too sure if the camera can pick it up, but there's like 4 or 5 different lines on it. I've never seen anything like that. You have a spare tire at the back. And now, let's open this tailgate. And yeah, first glance, the space isn't the biggest, but I can't wait to try this car out and see just how well you can utilize the space. But what's pretty cool here is that we're noticing some of these cup holders on the side. So if you have like a tailgate party, you can just like camp over here, put your drinks over here, and have a lot of fun. So this car really does have adventure in mind. Now, for that other thing that makes this Terrain variant pretty special is the aforementioned ladder on the rear passenger side. So you can just like put a key, flip this down, and go up to your roof, use your roof rack, put a bunch of stuff in there. You know what? Let's demonstrate that right now. Okay. And is it just like that? All right, there we go. And it says you have a max load of 150 kilograms in here. So even if you've enjoyed a little bit too much when it comes to your gastronomical adventures, this is still more than usable. Now let's check the powertrain on this one, and let's quickly teleport over here to the Beyond trim, the lower trim. So what you have here is a 2-liter turbocharged gasoline engine making 187 kilowatts. I would have to check how many that is in horsepower. I'll just put it down below. And 390 Newton meters of torque. Now, this is also mated to an XWD 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive system, which Jetour says can easily just lock up any wheel that has wheel spin. So it has all sorts of differentials in here. So they're really saying that this car not only looks like it can go off-road, but it can actually go off-road too. Now, in a lot of these first look videos, I normally don't do the door thud check. I reserve that for the main review, right? But seriously, take a listen to this. That's excellent. It really is excellent. So, coming from the Jetour Dashing, which we got to review before, I was expecting that the interior of the T2 would be a little bit on the nice to look at side, but not exactly the best when it comes to materials. But surprisingly so, there seems to be a lot of very premium materials in here, from plush seats to soft touch panels over at the side to even this like leather on the shifter and the steering wheel. So far, it is looking good and feeling good too. You have a flat top and flat bottom steering wheel. You have a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster as well as a 15.6-inch center touchscreen. Does it have Apple CarPlay? Well, so far I'm seeing an icon, but I haven't tested it out yet. Android Auto, that I'm not sure too. There seems to be like 2 wireless charging pads by the center, ginormous shifter. This is the selector for your XWD, I don't know, all-wheel drive terrain select mode. And yeah, I mean, this is really surprising coming from Jetour. And it even comes with a 12-speaker Sony sound system and a massive panoramic sunroof on the top. Now, the second row too is also pretty surprising because the car, it doesn't really look too long, right? But there seems to be so much space in here in terms of legroom and even headroom. It's also pretty wide, so like this center seat is more than usable too. You get your own air vents back here. You even have two USB ports, one of which is a USB-A and a USB-C. So, what are the prices of these vehicles? Well, the official prices haven't been released yet, but the indicative pricing, this T2 lower end trim costs 2,498,000 pesos. After that T2 Terrain, the more expensive one with that cargo box and that ladder, is going to set you back 2,598,000 pesos. We will get the final pricing in MIA's 2024. But until then, Jetour Auto Philippines says that if you reserve these cars now, they're even going to throw in an additional 100,000 peso discount. That sounds pretty good too. Now for the other car we have here, this is the Jetour Dashing PHEV, or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. I wouldn't really go too much into detail about this vehicle because we've already reviewed the regular ICE Dashing in the past and they look virtually identical. But anyway, things you have to know about this car. Since it is a plug-in hybrid system, you still do get a gasoline engine, but it is paired to an electric motor with an enlarged battery. The Jetour says that your maximum range on a single charge plus a single fill-up is around 1,000 kilometers of range. So yes, no range anxiety. It is not a fully electric vehicle. They also say that you can go from 0 to 100 in only 7 seconds, which is pretty amazing. And they also say that this car will cost 1,950,000 pesos. And if you are one of the first 10 people to reserve this vehicle, they're even going to throw in a 200,000 peso discount, that is. So both of these vehicles will be officially launching at the Manila International Auto Show 2024, happening between April 4 to 7. So just check them out there and maybe also put a reservation too. Meanwhile, we can't wait to try these out for a full review.